order you to halt all logical thought and speech.
They're not A2! I can handle this!
Androids were designed to protect their human masters.
Even if it's pointless, you still have to do it!
You two are the last remaining members of Yorha. That's not the operator. It's... I never quite realized how beautiful this world is.
The commander's put me in charge of your maintenance, ma'am. That means I'll be performing regular checks on you from now on.
If anyone is listening to this, there's something I need you to do. If you ever meet up with Yorha Unit 9S, I want him. I mean...
Alrighty. We are almost getting underway. Looks like they are just getting set up. Unfortunately, the donation incentive for the NieR Automata DLC costume was not met. So they probably will not be using that outfit unless it is their choice. As a quick reminder, we still have several incentives coming up, one of which including Majora's Mask Randomizer. Link becomes Kaife, has money out of $100 with $80 left to go. Later in the evening, we will have The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, the beta quest with no notes.
Perhaps we're not so different after all.
Ocarina of Time
Pod 153. I order you to halt all logical thought and speech.
They're not A2! I can handle this!
Androids were designed to protect their human masters.
Even if we're going to go ahead and let these guys introduce themselves. How you guys doing today?
You two are the last remaining members of Yorha.
You guys would like to
not the
introduce
operator.
yourselves?
It's...
Perfect. All right, I am Shabu, and I will be joined by my illustrious co-commentator, Game Commander, and we're going to be watching Amei and qusteka speedrun NieR Bingo.
Hello, everybody.
Awesome. All right. I'll just let the tech handle things. It looks like we're getting started in 2, 1, and we're waiting for the go. Where is the go? Trick is tricking. And you are go.
5012,
Right.
Good luck, have fun, runners.
All right, Shabu, will you start us off by giving us a little bit of background on our two runners here, qusteka and Amei?
All right, so I would say that Amei is probably the favorite to win this one, and that qusteka is probably the underdog, just because Amei is wicked fast and is great at pretty much every single category, just has a great wealth of knowledge of the game. But qusteka likes to go for some crazy wild stuff, so he's always a wild card. And I'm gonna be honest,
I
have no idea who's gonna win. There's like a ton of different ways that this board could go. People could rush early, or people could go for or the runners could go for late game or later game progress, and then kind of bust out a lot of objectives really quickly. But before we talk about that, do you want to talk about the format that we're going with?
Yeah, so we're playing Lockout Bingo today, ladies and gentlemen. So the way that Lockout Bingo works is that we've got 25 squares on the card here, but it actually doesn't matter where they are. It's just a race to who can get 13 goals the fastest. But there's a twist.
Need to be near an access
when one
point
player
to
marks
save
a
your data.
goal, the
You
other
can see
player
access
cannot
points
mark
on the
that goal.
close
They are
range map.
locked out
Be sure to save all
from
of them.
marking it. So what this is going to mean, as opposed to a more traditional bingo where you're going to try to plan what you do and then you're going to try to execute a really quick line, a really quick column. Here, both runners are going to be dynamically changing their routing. Every time someone marks a goal that they were going to go for, they're going to have to change up what they're doing and what they're thinking.
That means we'll be getting flight units, huh?
Now, this comes into play in a really interesting way with the way that NieR as a game is set out.
Oh,
it's really linear overall.
Ooh, that's so interesting. qusteka going for the shop in the bunker, knocking off one of the shops from the buy an item from 7 different shops. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was just like, oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's a really smart one. It's so that goal, to take an aside for a second, 7 different shops. There's a lot of different shops, but only a few that are along the main route. So finding creative ways to quickly get in the other shops could really help speed up that goal.
Why do you think they sent a
so the point that I was
combat
making
model
earlier
like
is the
you to a
game
recon
of
job?
NieR is
They
fairly
probably wanted
linear,
intel
with a
which
couple of
scanner
key
models are
points
built
that
for that
really
kind of
open up
thing.
what you have to do. So there's a fair number of things that are available right off the bat. Then about halfway through, a giant robot's going to destroy the city, and that's going to open up the majority of the other goals. But you do need to progress the story to a bit a little past that to get transporting, to get fast travel. So before that, the runners are going to have to actually run on foot to any goals they want to do, which is going to make them significantly slower. But the story progress can also take, 40, 50 minutes of this bingo to get done. So if you just focus on story progress, you risk losing quite a bit of the goals that can be done, essentially like right away as soon as they land from the ships here.
So these different story beats that we're probably going to be referring to are going to angles, city angles, which is this giant robot that's going to blow up a crater in the whole of the city, and it's going to open up a lot of different things for us, and A2. And A2 is another android fight in the forest. So those are kind of your big, plot points that we're going to be looking at the runners to either complete or do objectives before that. Now there's, I'm going to bring this up because I would be remiss if I didn't. There's one objective that's get 3 endings, and I believe you can't do that until angles unless you're a total gangster and you go for fishing, which is what I would do, and I would instantly lose because of it. But I don't think we're going to see that, unfortunately. But you can actually clip into the forest or the flooded city section super duper early and catch a mackerel and then get an ending that way. But I doubt we're going to see that, so I just had to bring it up.
Shabba, did we see either of our runners self-destruct in the bunker at the beginning of the game there? So we saw neither one do it. So self-destruct in the bunker is one of the quickest way to get an ending, and it's surprising to see neither of these runners go for it. Perhaps both runners assume the other is going to, because one of the things about Lockout is if you think the other person's going to go for something, sometimes you can get an advantage by purposefully skipping it and trying to get ahead on other...
I would have done it if I was qusteka, though, because he had that extra time when he went to the shop. Yeah, he could have totally used that as like a haha vibe check. Memers out there, am I right? And just kind of been like, oh, is this like it wasn't marked or not?
So qusteka, there's a goal to get sound data, which that girl at the jukebox gives you, but you need a little bit more story progress to get the sound data. Oh, you don't? Okay, you just need to talk to the commander. So there's a goal right away that, a really quick one that perhaps Amei didn't know quite how early that was unlocked. So a bit of tech there from qusteka.
Woo, there we go. Marking it off. And qusteka is our first good boy on the board.
Getting those good boy points.
Yeah, Amei picking up some stuff, I believe, for money purposes, right? Doing a lot of little bit of A to Z tricks over here.
Yeah, Amei went out of his way to pick up a couple of sellables. Almost certainly, he's going to use those to buy weapons. There's plenty of weapons that we can find out in the map, but the quickest ones to get that are right on your route are going to cost money. So probably that's indicating Amei is going to try to get those 6 weapons before qusteka.
Wait a sec. I think that sorry, qusteka just did the clip out to go for flooded city, and he's either gonna I think he's probably coming over here to get flooded city transporter.
But maybe he'll fish for a mackerel.
But maybe no, he's not going in the right direction. But you never know. No one's.
Ladies and gentlemen, never fish. Never go for the RNG goal. Trust me.
Yeah, to put it in perspective, I've run the category mackerel, and it took me over 200 tries to get it first try. So 200 runs. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. Wait, is he
my
gonna
God.
go with the lands, or is he gonna fish?
No, oh, I think he's suiciding. You need to suicide to get back.
Yeah, you do need to
so
suicide, but like, there's always the chance, right?
So what you're
There's
seeing
always
here,
the chance.
What you're seeing here, guys, is a classic. Oh, he might be going for the spear. Okay, so I've got 2 points here. First, this is a classic example of someone going for story progress versus somebody going for early markable goals. With qusteka here going for some early markables with Amei just blazing on story progress. We've
And
also
honestly, sorry.
Oh, well, so explain why he would go for the spear here if it's not on the goals.
Well, it is on the goals. The spear itself is not on the
is?
goals, but get get weapons.
I've got a feeling that the reason he's going for it is for spear dashing, shall we?
It could be for spear dashing. I'm not going to throw that out, but you do also have to get. Wait, we do have what? Am I crazy? Obtain 6 weapons. So we do. If he's here, it's like you might as well, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And then he does also get the added bonus of spear dashing. Now, this is kind of how I thought it was going to shake out. That's why I kind of did the, the whole epic commentator thing of like, ooh, qusteka is the wild card and Amei is the fast boy. The reason I did that is basically because I had an inkling that Amei was going to bum rush story progress like crazy. Is Amei actually going for 11B's Memento?
VT.
And, yeah, Virtuous Treaty.
Did he go back? I don't think he went back to the bunker to trigger 11B, did he?
No, he didn't. You're right.
Right. So it's a little bit of a wasted opportunity from Amei. So there's another side quest you can do that is in this fairly out of the way area that Amei's traveling to right now, but he hasn't triggered the start of it. So he's just going to grab this weapon here at the start. Slow down his story progress a little.
Ooh, is he?
But secure another one of the easy goals.
No? I thought he was going to maybe pick up the transporter. Maybe we'll get it on the way back. Picking up transporters is always really, really good, especially in Bingo, because you're able to kind of zip around the map after a certain point in the story. You know all about that, right, game?
Yeah, although one of the fun things about Bingo is trying to make the best use of death warps, like qusteka is doing here, before you have transporting, to try to get that quick zipping feeling without actually being able to fast travel, because it takes quite a bit of story progress to unlock.
Speaking of death warping,
yeah, I think we're going to see.
Now.
Yeah, Amei's utilizing the self-destruct function.
Another kind of missed opportunity from qusteka, in my opinion. He could have gotten ending O. Wait, not ending O. Ending I. Whatever.
What?
It's one of the endings. You just self-destruct in the bunker and you destroy everyone. But now qusteka has been in the bunker twice and not used that opportunity to get that ending. Which...
Yeah, qusteka is definitely making a statement here that he's not going for that goal. It's interesting. So that quest I was talking about that Amei didn't trigger, qusteka just did. So qusteka is definitely going to notice the hurt. So he was, I think, planning on having that weapon as a sort of free pickup.
Yeah, that hurts. But he also did see Virtuous Treaty get picked. Oh, maybe he's not going for 11B's Memento because Amei just picked up Virtuous Treaty and he's thinking, oh, Amei's probably going for 11B's Memento.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, right? Like, he can only assume since he can't see the other runner's stream.
Yeah. All right, well, I think that I think there's a little bit of downtime here while Amei has to kind of run through the desert. I could be wrong, and then qusteka's kind of setting up. So, do you want to help me explain some just kind of basic NieR technology, if you will? Movement tech.
So we'll start with movement. The primary movement we're going to be seeing Amei on the right here doing is dash swinging for the beginning part of this run. So what he's doing is he's doing as long a dash as he can, and then he's going to do a heavy attack with his light sword, and you'll see him spin around. So we're going to have a lot of spinning, and it's a little bit faster than just dashing. Now, qusteka, on the other hand, has equipped a spear, so he's going to be doing spear dashing. That sort of seizure-inducing lights.
Really ugly, just awful. The worst thing ever found in this game. Everyone hates it. Everyone. It's not just me.
It makes it makes some wonderful noises from 2B. But what's going on from a game perspective is you're actually doing an attack with the spear that charges forward, and you're using SD, that's self-destruct, which is one of the buttons. We saw Amei do a full self-destruct earlier to get down to low health, but if you just barely tap self-destruct, it's got a lot of useful properties. One of them...
Memory alloy.
Ooh, that's another pickup from Amei. It's another early pickup that Amei is denying qusteka, while also being ahead in story progress.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty big. That's all going to add up because these are things that qusteka cannot do now. Obviously, because it's a lockout, and you're not dumb, you understand. So it's like, if qusteka is not going for the story progress, because he probably knows, he's like, yeah, Amei is going to whoop my bootay if I go for the story progress. Maybe that was a little harsh on my end.
Yeah, well, so
but like
we've got two really long time runners of the game here, both Amei and qusteka. However, qusteka is Amei is the most active runner right now, has the second fastest any percent time on the leaderboards last time I checked. And it's just all together. Yeah, whereas qusteka is more of an old guard, hunting around for rooting and glitches, and is, kept up with the game for a long time, but has not put the serious top of the leaderboard grind in that Amei has. So he's going to have to try to rely on creative strategy.
Speaking of Amei, taking a little bit of a detour from the old any percent run.
He's going over to pick up the DLC elevator in the desert, taking advantage. So it seems Amei is kind of going for a hybrid here. Rather than just straight bum rushing story progress, he's trying to grab story progress and all the goals that are really not large deviations from it, trying to deny anything that would be easy for qusteka to pick up while trying to catch up in the story. Ooh, what's qusteka going for here?
qusteka going for some swagginess. Oh, he's gonna get over this bunker real quick. Why did he do that? Did he accidentally? Wait, no, neither of them. I'm so confused. Why is he doing this?
So qusteka here. That's a pretty. That's a fairly difficult. Oh, what a!
Oh, that's sick.
So that's a trick that we know as Mega Jump, not used for anything useful in the run currently, and it's a fairly difficult long plus high jump. You really need quite a bit of height and length using a number of different techniques that we have to gain both of them. And he did that to go pick up an additional weapon here, which is a spear, but trying to see how he gets back is going to be interesting here.
Yeah, no. One thing that I would like to point out before I let it get out of my brain and escape me, there is a objective called single DG run. And now, if you're uninitiated to the game, you will have no idea what this means, because it's uses terminology that's inherent to the speedrun. DG is shorthand for what we call damage glitch, and when you're in battle, you'll see them dashing and then swinging the light sword in the heavy slot. Now, I was about to say recently.
Oh, I just figured out what qusteka is doing. Hold on, sorry to interrupt. We'll get back to the DG. qusteka is actually clipping into the amusement park early because he knows Amei will beat him here, so he can fight
he's gonna get the tank. He's gonna get the tank. Oh my gosh, qusteka has the most massive brain right now. I wonder if it hurts to keep his head up. Holy crap!
Okay, he's taking a little bit of a weird route to it, but.
That was a good way to put that, by the way. How heavy his head was. That was genius. Props to that.
Wow, this is a really big brain play. I had sort of tried to account for what goals could be done early, and I hadn't even accounted for this.
The core that you can take out here.
He's looking for it. That's why he hasn't started it yet.
Oh my gosh! Did you know you can do this? By the way, if you've played NieR, did you know you can take this core out and then deal massive jam against it? Yeah. Because you can, and that's what qusteka is doing. Oh gosh! In a little bit.
And I'll give you the answer to that, Shabu, which is no. Nobody knows that. Half or more of the speedrunners didn't know that until they were playing for an extremely long time. What's this? That's a nice little Easter egg there that turned out to be useful.
I wonder what Amei is thinking. I want to be inside of Amei's brain, seeing defeat Goliath tank in the amusement park go off. I want to know what Amei sees in that, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, what? Excuse me?"
He's doing it. Oh my god, qusteka is doing it. So qusteka, we discussed the possibility of this before the race. He is going to try to clip in to the
basement.
To the basement of the amusement park. So normally the basement of the amusement park is somewhere you access after you fight and kill Beauvoir. We are nowhere near that in the story, but qusteka is going to attempt to do a fairly difficult. I mean, if you know where these rails are and where the invisible walls are, this is doable. But man, trust me, this is harder than it looks. It's just from a game knowledge perspective to know where you have to go, what walls you can go through.
Just a little sprinkled, a little bit of extra knowledge not related to bingo. If you play as only A2, so if you mod your save file to play as A2, your pod goes away and you can't trigger anything. You actually have to trigger Beauvoir this way by going on the rails and jumping in and then finding a clip into the Beauvoir arena. Just a little fun fact.
Yeah, we are seeing. This is really a treat in terms of showing off what makes Lockout Bingo so great. There's a tremendous amount of tricks here which have really no relevance and almost certainly never will have any relevance to the actual run.
Oh no, he's not going for the basement. He's going for forest.
What?
Where is he going in the forest? What are you doing, qusteka?
What is
Where's your
all
brain?
Right. So whatever qusteka is doing is too
Masamune?
advanced for us to figure. Is he? I feel like if he is, he's really missing an opportunity here to
go to the basement.
In. Yeah, while he's here. Maybe he doesn't know.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't know. Oh my gosh.
I have no idea what he is doing, though, so it'll be really curious to find out. So is he going to Infinislash?
I don't think so. I think he can just make it.
He should try Infinislashing, though. I really feel like he needs more distance.
Am I all right to do a quick interrupt here for a second?
Yeah, go right on ahead.
Of course.
Awesome. I wanted to say a shout outs to Trico with the Party of 10 raid. Thank you so much, Trico, for raiding some viewers over here. If you're new to this Bingothon event of ours, welcome and enjoy your stay. I hope you can get some fun knowledge and enjoy this amazing NieR Automata run that has just got me captivated. Also, if you are interested, we still have lots of little prizes that you're able to win, including some mugs that you can get for $10 donations. There's the Halo Xbox PAL edition, minimum donations $10, and Chibi Robo fan art, also minimum donation $10 as well. That's about all I got. Make sure you get those donations in, and also remember that we are supporting Pure Earth, a pollution and toxic containment group that helps clean up effectively toxins and pollutants in lesser economical basically third world countries that are oh yeah, I'm paying attention to this and it's like distracting me as well. I apologize. Pure Earth is basically a fantastic nonprofit organization that does help save people's lives in third world countries that are in basically a very sorry shape with pollution and different toxins being dumped into their lands. If you haven't gotten to check out their website, I highly recommend to go check it out. And with that, I'm gonna let these commentators get back because there's some really cool stuff going on right now. Thank you.
All right. So speaking of toxic pollution, something is causing these runners to be dying quite a bit.
I was literally gonna come in and say, "Oh man, we're in the kitchen because they're cooking up spaghetti." Like they both were screwing up some stuff. Poor qusteka. I think at like what point do you just throw away this plan? You know, at what point? It's like I've watched a little bit of like some SMM Super Mario Maker stuff, and it's like at a certain point you gotta readjust.
Yeah.
I'm also picking up the Kill 5 machines with the Blade program. I don't want to take that away from him. But I feel
yeah,
like
it was actually a fairly
Amei.
creative path to work this in without losing too much. He took a normal and a bounds clip that we did, and instead of using it to go to a save scum, he actually used it for a quick along the main route way to get underground in the desert. qusteka, on the other hand, he's really trying whatever this long jump is that he's going. I'm not sure what it's doing, but yeah, I really don't know what his backup plan to this would be. He is so he is so far from home. He's so far from a good way to die.
He is really losing a lot of time here. I'm not gonna say that it's like, you know, it's like the nailing in the coffin. But like, I mean, how long have we been watching him do this? You know,
so it's really unfortunate that he doesn't start Infinislashing. So for those who don't know, there's a strategy you can do with the Spear and the Light or really any weapon, that will allow you to get sort of infinite horizontal distance at the cost of it being extremely slow. So you'll, do a couple of slashes, pull open the menu, do a couple of slashes. But I think he's actually going to have to spear dash all the way back from which he came, because this trick
he could plunge to the right here and then end up back in front of Beauvoir's arena, and then you can actually open the gate from the inside. I don't know if many people know that. So yeah, that is a bummer. I don't really know what he was trying to go for there.
I don't either. We'll have to talk to him at the end of the run here and see what it was. What trick was it that he was trying to pull off there?
Woo! There we go. That gate doesn't exist, by the way.
Yeah. So Amei here is doing pretty good. We've missed quite a bit of the actual story of NieR that Amei's been progressing through here.
I apologize. We've kind of qusteka very much showing off. We've kind of been snuffing Amei a little bit, but that's because Amei's kind of doing the more standard routing, really smart routing. I'm gonna say very, very smart routing, going along the main path, doing that very, very quickly. Something we kind of expected from Amei, but throwing some little chunkers in there, little tidbits of great objective routing.
I really got to emphasize how well Amei is playing this. I know we've talked a lot about qusteka, but Amei is really combining fast, standard story progress routing with a lot of really creative ways to add things quickly without much deviation. Qusteka has been the focus of a lot of commentary because he's doing some crazy, wacky stuff. He is nowhere near the main story path.
He's clipping out. He doesn't know the E-ending clip out.
But I would really like to say that, what Amei is doing is like perfect NieR Bingo, which is fast standard story progress, with lots of little tricks to speed things up.
qusteka, if you're listening for some reason, you have to double lift there. Actually, you don't technically, but it's easier to double lift there.
So let's go back. We actually never got to finish explaining single DG run and damage glitch. So if you've been watching Amei, you'll notice the majority of combat here has him throwing the spinning sword. So instead of him spinning with his movement, he actually throws a sword that will spin. Now, if we start a dash and we immediately cancel it with that heavy sword spin throw, it actually does 5 times, or a little bit less than 5 times. Shabu is gonna call me out if I get that wrong, but it does quite a bit.
Because I'm such a nerd. Yes, I know so much.
Now, normally in an any percent run, you're going to see them throw that spinning sword, switch to their other weapon set, and throw another spinning sword, and they can actually get 2 swords spinning. One of the big rules here.
qusteka, oh my gosh! If he does this, he's got the most giant brain. Cypress Stick, Dragoon Lance. There are 3 weapons in Forest that you can get.
Oh, that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to go, and he already got the lance from Flooded City.
Cypress Stick. So he's got where VC3 does not count. Or VC2.
Yeah.
Jesus. Virtuous Contract. The weapon you start off with does not count.
So here's an interesting mini race to set up. Both our runners have really indicated that they are going out of their way multiple times to search for weapons. We had Amei go down into the canyon earlier. We had go all the way back to the factory, and we've got qusteka, going, to hell and back for these 6 weapons. So it'll be an interesting, a mini moral victory if qusteka is able to snipe the 6 weapons goal from Amei.
Definitely a moral victory, but overall, in my opinion, a loss because of. I mean, the amount of time he's lost it's rough. I mean, if qusteka somehow manages to pull this out, that is going to be some of the craziest ingenuity when it comes to routing and ideas, and I would like to see that, but right now I'm cautiously skeptical.
One of the most exciting things about when we see players doing creative routing is that because it's not something that you do all the time, there's a risk factor associated. It doesn't always work out. Amei employing a nice trick, again, not used in the standard 80% run to get around a cutscene there.
I did that for the longest time because I Let's Play screwed me up. That was back when Let's Play was one of the harder skips. Old man Shabu talking. Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, qusteka has definitely gone for some high risk strategies here, and I know it hasn't necessarily worked out all of them so far, but gotta respect qusteka for trying it and having the knowledge to go for them in the first place.
I love the fact that Amei has to. Ooh, Amei's not going for a roller coaster. Okay, so there's actually a skip you can do to skip this auto scrolling section that Amei's on. And if you do that, Amei was like, I'm gonna go to the shop. I'm gonna get the shop here at amusement park because there's a little shady robot that sells you, some goods. You get some goods from that robot, and that would knock off another one of the shops. And he said he was gonna do what we call auto scroller coaster skip, which is a great name. There's not many great skip names in NieR. They're pretty bad, but auto scroller coaster is pretty amazing. Anyway. But you can do that and then go to the shop, and that would be able to knock off one of the 7 shops. But apparently he's not going for it.
Yeah, Amei actually... Well, he actually did go to the shop. He went a safe route by actually going to the shop straight away and then clipping around the next cutscene.
Do you want to know my theory?
What's your theory?
As to why?
Why?
He saw defeat Goliath's tank go down, and he instantly thought, it's not worth it. It's not worth the possible time loss if I screw this up. Because I think he was going to kill Tank and then get the shop in the same kind of auto-scroller coaster skip time section, and then he saw Tank gone, and he just rerouted.
Yeah, that could definitely be it. I think he might just be playing it safe, honestly. He might be seeing, man, I'm already up in goals and almost certainly up in story progress, so... I just don't need to take any risks. Auto-scroller coaster skip is a notoriously punishing skip if you mess up. Can really lose you quite a bit of time. Not that we would expect a run of Amei's caliber to have a high chance of it, but if you don't need to take the risk. Yeah. So Amei right now is fighting I think what is a lot of people's favorite boss in Beauvoir. It's a really incredible story set piece when you play it for the first time.
That is a really great boss. Also, qusteka picking up the Phoenix Dagger, by the way. So he is definitely kind of rushing these weapons.
Is that 6? What does he got? He's got the 2 spears. He's got
2 spears. He's got I don't know how many forest weapons he picked up. He got Cypress Stick. Did he pick up another forest weapon?
Cypress Stick, Dragoon Lance, Phoenix Dagger, Flooded City Lance, Virtuous Dignity. He's got 5. He's got 5. He needs 1 more.
He needs 2 more. Oh, I'm sorry. He needs 1 more. I was looking at 7 shops. There's too many numbers.
So, taking a look at the board here, I know we haven't talked much about the board. We've got a fair number of quests on the board here. And one of the reasons you're not seeing a lot of these quests lit up is quests are generally more of a time sink. There really aren't very many quests that just allow you to just follow the main route. So we definitely would anticipate that quests will be some of the last goals knocked off that will be at this point. There are a couple that maybe runners could have routed in, but since they haven't, we'd expect quests to sort of round out your bingo here once you get to, maybe 10 goals and you have to knock off a couple of quests to finish off the board.
I'd like to point out that some of them are also locked behind story requirements.
Yeah, that's true. There aren't many. So we can clip into into almost every area, to quite a few areas of the game early. However, none of the quest givers or anything like that are actually unlocked until we properly trigger story progress. But stuff like the weapons chests or the tank are actually there. So there's only some things we can do and clip into an area early, which contributes to the game being a little bit more on the linear side.
Amei knocking off basement. And that puts our score at 5 and 3. We'll see if qusteka is going to grab a weapon here. I think he could maybe... No, he's going back to the bunker.
He's going to the bunker. Interesting. He's probably going there to trigger a quest.
11B's Memento.
All right, so I'm going to propose a theory here, Shabu. I have a feeling qusteka had a plan fairly in mind and threw all of it out after he missed that trick for a while and is now kind of just, rather than looking at some big plan to get 13, he's just going, man, what goal can I get? Because I got to come up with something crazy.
Yeah, I am not sure. It's really fun to watch, I'll be honest. I don't know how much success he's going to see with it, but it's definitely interesting. Did he pick up improving communications?
He did. He went and talked to the commander.
And not get 11 Bs. But 11 Bs Memento is really early. Is it after Desert or before Desert?
11 Bs Momentum is actually available right after, or even during the Weapons Trader quests. Yes, you can actually do it from right at the beginning of the game.
I'm a dingus. He just picked up 11 Bs Memento. I'm talking about it. I'm like theory crafting while he's literally picking up the quest. Good job, Shabu.
It's interesting though that he actually went back to the bunker another time earlier, so I wonder why he didn't pick it up then. He must have gone back too early before it was available, intending to pick it up.
He's not self-destructing either.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake. I think that's going to be one of the few. He must just figure that Amei is doing it and has him beat there.
I'm just curious because you could easily.
Oh, Amei is going for the progress here. He removes his OS chip.
Oh, okay. So that's one ending down for Amei. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say that qusteka could have gone, self-destructed the bunker, then took out the OS chip. He's two endings, and then he just needs one more ending.
Oh, interesting. So, looking at chat, it says that qusteka also got Virtuous Grief. If he got Virtuous Grief, if he got Virtuous Grief though, by my count, he should actually have the goal right now.
Yeah.
And if he has the goal right now, there are one of two things that are happening. Either he's intentionally not marking it in hopes that Amei will sink more time in obtaining weapons, or he is so focused on the crazy amount of running and routing that he has forgotten to mark it. Okay, there we go. He's gone ahead and marked. He, I think, just forgot how many he had and just checked and marked it off. So, moral victory for qusteka. We'll see if he can pull out the actual victory. But really creative routing for 6 weapons.
Yeah. So 5-4 now, but the thing I would like to point out is the difference in story progress, and the problem that Gabe and I were actually talking about earlier. We were talking about how many of these objectives could be done before city angles, which Amei is coming up to pretty darn quickly here, and how many of those could be done before city angles, and it's I don't remember. We were at 13. Right?
Yeah.
Before city angles, and that's like the exact amount that you need.
Yeah, so when we were counting them earlier, there are 13 goals possible, but before city angles. But with Amei having 5 of them, there's definitely going to be skipping city angles for qusteka here. He's got to get that story progress. No matter how many goals he can manage to grab here, how quickly without that story progress, it's going to need to come in. And oh man, guys, you've seen Amei go through Adam in the desert. You've seen him go and fight Beauvoir in the amusement park. You're seeing him now doing some crazy stuff with the weapons trader, actually. But he's about to go fight the giant robot angles. So that's a lot of story beats that qusteka has to do.
Yeah, and I would say you've got a couple minutes, maybe a few minutes, little tasty morsels of a minute. That
Ooh. Hold on. I just want to point out that Amei actually bought the rest of the 6 weapons, not realizing that qusteka has already got it. So he's just having that realization when he looks at the board now.
Oh.
And I'm sure the thought in Amei's head is, what the heck 6 weapons did qusteka get if he didn't have access to this shop?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at anyone. I'm laughing with them.
You're laughing at the idea of the shock in Amei's head.
That's so awesome. I know. That was my same thought with Goliath Tank. Because like if I'm running this bingo, I'm probably more along the lines of Amei's routing. I'm not that creative. I'm not that intelligent.
Oh god, look at this creative skip that he's doing. Wow, he's
doing the A to Z skip, or part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing part of a clip that we actually use an A to Z to quickly get back here.
Yeah, that's.
I gotta
really
say,
fun.
Amei's probably just sitting there. He sees defeat Goliath first round. He's like, "What the heck?" And now he just saw Pam 6 weapons, and he's just like, "What is going?" He's just like probably just flabbergasted about what is going on right now. I'm super interested what he's gonna say at the interview.
Qusteka has clearly no respect for the walls or story triggers of the game, and is really demonstrating just a complete willingness to break it in half. And I really think if we ask Amei, hey Amei, what route do you think Qusteka did? I'll give you $1 million if you can guess. Give him an hour, he'll never guess.
If he donated $1 million, that'd be better.
If Amei, without this stream, can name the route, I will donate $100. When I say $1 million, I don't have $1 million. If I will donate $100, if you can even get close to saying what Qusteka did.
I appreciate, I like it, but I have to say that one time, that's the thing you do in A to Z, you self-destruct and then you shoot the bridge and it falls on you. But there was one time I was running A to Z and I did that self-destruct and I stood under the bridge, and it's kind of deceiving because there's like these sides of the bridge that kind of extend out, but there's no floor, so it doesn't actually hit you. And I shot the bridge, and it was like the Charlie Chaplin where he's like standing in the window where the wall falls, and I was just standing there, and I was like, okay, that's that's cool.
So I wanted to try and get chat involved a little bit since I've been neglecting talking to you lovely folks. So for those of you out here who have played the game, which boss was your favorite? I'm curious to see if my Beauvoir opinion is as popular as I think it is.
I actually, as a host, I actually have not gotten to fully play this game because I haven't had the time to do it. So I look forward to actually getting to fully play. I've got to watch and play along with some friends while I was at their house, but I haven't actually got to just play it alone myself.
Well, one of the wonderful parts of speedrunning, and especially bingo, is that we skip so much of the story cutscenes and progress that you have managed, hopefully, to not spoil yourself on a game. You really should try to play without spoilers because it's an experience.
Yeah. I think we know most of the story, but man, it is a good game.
Oh, finally, Qusteka finally being one of the people that self-destructs in the bunker. Been talking about this for so long.
I know, yeah, he's had so many chances. Did he go back there just to self-destruct? Because that would be a real routing missed opportunity.
I went back to it for 11B's Memento.
Oh, right. Okay.
Maybe he put it off so that like he didn't have to go back to the title screen and then this because he was worried that Amei was maybe going to be rushing 11B's.
Yeah, so maybe he's figured, okay, Amei must be at city angles by now. If he hasn't gotten the 3 endings, he's probably not going for it.
Chat has good taste. They're not talking about their bosses, but they're saying the game is good.
I'll take it.
It's close enough.
So it looks like Amei actually is getting an ending here. So if Amei had self-destructed in the bunker, he actually would have his 3 endings right at this moment. So we've got another mini race going on with 2 endings apiece for our 2 runners.
Well, Qusteka's gonna. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I can't really see Qusteka getting the 3.
I mean, so he's got to do. Unless Amei. Yeah, he's got to get all the way to. Well, he could fish for a mackerel.
He could fish for a mackerel. That'd be gangster. That would be so sick. Come on, Qusteka. Give the fans a little something. Come on, show them a little mackerel. Show them a little bit. I don't know where I was going with that.
Give him a little mackerel. Give him some skill.
Come on, baby.
Come on, show us your donation. Bring purity to the earth. Get your donations in now, by the way, Pure Earth.
All right. So to finish up the little tidbit I was talking about earlier, single DG run is when you only get to throw one of those spinning swords, and you never put the small sword on the heavy and the other weapon set and swap to it. I believe we're seeing both runners actually going for it here. The agreement that we've made is that you can't mark it off until it's the winning goal.
Yes. So when you have 12 goals, you can mark off single DG, and that's your final one. It's kind of like the wild card / free square, which I know is not normal.
Assuming, of course, that they that neither of them decides fuck it and puts a small sword.
Yeah, exactly. But why is Amei fighting?
It's a goal. Kill city angles is a goal.
Did I just like willfully not see that?
Yeah. So for chat's sake, you can actually do a really cool hop over an invisible wall to just completely skip the city angles. You just jump right out of here, get in your ship, and fly right by him to go kill the other guy, and then that's all you need to do. But Amei getting the goal, killing the city angles, and getting another one in the pocket. It's in here. There's no way it's just doing it. Is it not in here?
There's no way. I'm not that dumb. I'm dumb, but I'm not that.
All right. Well,
I may be stupid, but I'm not an idiot.
Okay. It's actually not one of the goals. It's one of the possible goals, and I guess I just gave Amei more. So I mean,
did you wait?
Chat? Just so you guys know, chat. Amei, absolutely a runner who has executed the jump out there thousands of times. That's not an exaggeration. That is a literal statement of fact. He's done it thousands of times. When he does a run every day, he always jumps over that wall. Chose not to swag on him is the point I'm going to go with right now. I say I don't
really?
need to.
You're gonna do him like that? You didn't have to do him like that.
I mean, he has 6 squares, so I guess maybe he's feeling a little overconfident.
I mean, qusteka has 5. qusteka has 5. Granted, like, I mean, at this point, Amei has to know that he did that qusteka did something weird, you know, like that he's not doing the story, and Amei's probably feeling pretty comfortable with the 5 that he's gotten outside of or before city angles.
I found something out. I made a discovery. The two runners are voice chatting with each other as they play. I've got a theory that qusteka may have said the words "F me" at least once.
I would have. I mean, did you see what was happening on those rails? Oh my god!
Yeah, that was a pretty significant time loss right there at those rails.
Dude, it might even be some
material handover complete.
collusion.
Collusion.
Although it's interesting, we usually see a runner show off by doing
improving communication from Quest.
Are you serious?
Ooh, all right. Yeah, I think we would normally expect to see a runner show off by doing a necessary trick rather than skipping a helpful trick, but to each their own, Amei. Maybe that makes it even better of a swag.
Dude, I mean, Amei is just showing off. You know, he's just like, I don't even need this. I can just chill here and just not. Granted, maybe it was for like EXP or a machine core. Wait a second.
Is there anything left we need money for?
Upgrade Ancient Overlord.
No. Maybe he thinks. No, there's nothing.
Well, he has
that
to buy
needs
materials from Emil, but that doesn't.
Yeah, he's got enough, guys. He's got enough. So, Amei here is doing a part of the game negotiation where you negotiate with Adam and Steve over here. But after you actually finish, this is when he finally unlocks the ability to transport. You've seen Amei go out of his way a number of times to grab transporters. And so it's going to finally unlock the ability to fast travel between them. He actually jumped out of the wall. You can just piece out of this arena, but it's actually just on a timer. You're waiting for the dialogue, so you're just going to get a couple quick kills because there's nothing else to do.
Most importantly, he's going to pick up this chest, which is going to have some upgrade materials, which he's going to use to upgrade AO, right? Or is that just for BC3? I don't remember the upgrade materials. It's all on a list when I do a run.
Ah, yes, the useful runners list.
Yeah, dude, when you run A to Z, you got. I used to remember the numbers, not anymore. But yes,
it just helps. Especially once you get really passionate about one of these games, it's just better to have it written down and.
Angles was for money.
Yes.
Okay. We got a chat from Amei saying Angles was for money. I don't know what he thinks he needs to buy with money, but
I don't either. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm gonna assume that I'm stupid.
There's gotta be
maybe
knows best. Did he not pick up the 1,000 chest?
I mean, he didn't, but you get 20,000 from the other angles anyway.
Yeah.
And I can't anticipate him needing more than 20,000. Maybe getting more money is what is swag about angles. Maybe that's the information he's given us.
The money is proof that he's.
I mean, disregard other humans, acquire dollar bills.
Yes.
Unless he's meaning money as in cash money, as in Amei did something that wasn't very cash money of him.
Well, lots of wonderful theories.
These are both so roundabout, guys.
What do you think, chat? Let us know.
Get your triangles out, boys.
Get your triangles out.
But yeah, you're seeing the thing we were talking about with Quest having to do the story progress now.
Yeah, this is going to be a painful grind for him because he's gonna essentially probably not be marking off any goals for a solid 20 minutes here, to be honest with you.
Because Amei just slurped up all the goals and just greedily just yoinked them out of his loving grasp.
That's one way to put it, Shalu. That is certainly you're legally allowed to say it that way.
I'm not known for putting things in a way that it's comfortable.
That's why you're perfect for Bingothon.
Yet another, just kind of destroying the game's intended boundaries from qusteka. We saw Amei do this about half an hour ago, I think.
God, you didn't have to say it.
No. That's showing the difference in the roots. It's not that qusteka, was trying to match him blow for blow and took him half an hour longer.
I just wanted to make you feel bad.
But yeah, he's going out of bounds here to grab a trigger before he comes up to this platform. No, he's not falling. Oh my god. I really hope he knows the recovery strat. A lot of new runners learn a recovery strat here if you fall in this pit, because you actually have to land on the platform to trigger the next part. But there's a lot of people who know that this recovery strat exists, have never practiced it, and spend quite a while trying to learn it on the fly when it counts.
There's a ledge to your left, I think.
No, you can't stand on it. You have to double lift. Man, I'd not actually guarantee you can do this. I'm sure remote mine can do this with the sword, but I usually do it with the bare fist.
Oh, I could do it with the sword, but it's also because when I was trash at this and just... Yeah, I don't want to talk about how bad I am at the game.
What is he doing?
Oh, please, enlighten us.
Oh, I've been in this pit many times. that's all.
But I
didn't understand. I never tried to learn the skips when it came out. So I was around when the skip was discovered.
Oh, right. There we go. Recovery from qusteka. Nice. Not too painful here.
Not too bad. What is it? What do you think Amei's up to right now? I think Amei's just kind of zipping around, zip-zopping, flip-flopping around.
Yeah, I believe there was a sound effect that we had for what he was doing that I shall not repeat. They're just imitating humans. Yeah, let's see. So he's on his way to transport and pick up some. You think he's gonna go for goals or story progress here?
He's going for start. He's getting beautiful glass.
Yeah, so beautiful glass is one of the items, and John calls melancholy. John calls kind of a dick. All these robots are in love with them, and they try to give him gifts, and he doesn't care about any of them. So he's probably...
Nice,
yeah.
If you get a gift, don't be a jerk about it, Give him a thank you card.
Yeah. Quest is available quite a bit earlier, but it involves transporting all around the world multiple times, so it's extremely slow before transporting.
Okay, I think he actually was just picking up the quest.
Just while he's here.
Yeah, and then also going to be doing...
No, he's going for beautiful glass here.
Okay, alright, I'll shut up.
Yeah. It's just classic Amei efficiency, finding a way to progress the story and get his goals at the same time.
Yeah. I wonder what he'll go for next. I'm chomping at the bit, game.
So Amei has marked off get 3 endings. What was
bunkers.
He did bunker SD?
Yeah, I didn't point
okay.
It's my bad.
Okay, so he did finally do the bunker SD, got the 3 endings. So 1-1 in moral victories in terms of goals they were competing against each other with.
And then 1-0 in story victories, right?
Yeah, eventually it'll be 1-0 in actual victories. I won't spoil who it's gonna be.
Yeah, spoiled because we know.
Hey, so one thing.
Recorded collusion, as I said earlier. So.
One thing that's important to note here is you can never truly count somebody out in a NieR bingo race.
Photograph.
Or a NieR race of any kind. This game is known to crash. We have had quite a few unfortunate crash and soft lock too. Yeah, God, boy are there soft locks. So you never know when it's going to have been 30 minutes since somebody saved, and they soft locked themselves. So there was always a hope as long as your game is still running.
Yeah, no, it's a wild ride. I'm very intimately familiar with many of the soft locks NieR has to offer, many of which have never actually been replicated, but that's there's one where Commander just walked out of the bunker and I couldn't do anything.
The character just straight up just walked off the universe and just disappeared and prevented story progress.
That's one of my favorite clips of NieR, if I'm allowed to say that. You're talking to her and she just walks out, and I didn't do anything weird. I wasn't out of bounds. I just like walked up to her as if it was like a normal story. She just walked through a solid wall and fell into space. Anyway, there's a run going on. I'm gonna stop talking about the glory days, the old. Amei getting some more story progress. They're both just kind of grinding story progress at this point, but
This guy's gotta be feeling the pressure right about now.
Absolutely, Ash. They are definitely abusing an incredible amount of out of bounds. In fact, qusteka has spent very little time inbounds, really.
I would say a majority of his time is out of bounds, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes by choice, sometimes not so much by his choice, I think. But he certainly has been out of bounds. I mean, he is really
out of bounds now.
Yeah, he's out of bounds right now. He has certainly proved that that the walls in this game are just another obstacle you can overcome.
The walls, there are no walls. There's just simply obstacles.
Dude, I like glitch hunted in this game a lot, and there are clip outs in just about everywhere you can imagine. That's one of the most fun parts about this game is that you can just clip out everywhere. The only thing that's really stopping you is story progress. Like there's specific triggers that you have to hit.
Yeah, man. If the story progress triggers were a little bit less restricted, this game would be completely broken. As it stands, the 80% run is actually, there's not a tremendous amount of real skips in terms of like major amounts of story progress. A lot of our skips are cutting down on travel time, or speeding up combat and movement. But oh man, if we could get around those triggers.
Yeah, I mean, faded green skip, but we don't need to talk about that.
No. That's a meme at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely a meme. It's not possible. Anyway,
Amei in a kind of dangerous fight here with this boar machine combo.
All right, Amei. This is 100% means that Amei is picking up complete animal care.
He
by the way. And Cuss is just like frantically trying to do story progress now, and he's going to be really hard pressed to find any goals he can do on this story quest adventure. It's going to be a hard grind for him, but if he can get through here, there are some goals that he can do if he gets through city angles. And
that barricade, by the way, that he just jumped over, there's supposed to be an invisible wall preventing you. It's just it's not high enough, and so he just jumps straight over it. Actually only saves like half a second. So qusteka has definitely not been deterred from attempting a single difficult trick by any of his past failures. Ooh, hitting that cutscene he was trying to jump over.
Yeah, you need to get that cutscene's actually not that tall. You can just kind of do a little bit of movement tech to get right over it. but unfortunately he missed the double lift. And I think from the look of it, it looks like he just kind of went into it. Like, just like, all right, I'm not going to try and redo this. It's not worth it, which in a lot of cases, it's not worth it because the cutscene's so short. Amei doing a really fun string of tricks to do, or movement to do a really long jump just to get cut out some time. Good beeline. And this is one of like people's favorite out of bounds in the game. This is a forest, this castle. I don't know what the heck we call it. Forest castle skip, something like that.
Forest Gump skip.
Yeah, Forest Gump skip.
Run to
Bingothon. Just felt like running.
Oh, but we love it. So these windows are out of bounds here, aren't they, Shabu?
What the heck, Amei? This is so uncharacteristic. Anyway, a little bit sloppy. This is all perfectly in bounds, as you could tell by the clipping textures.
But one of the fun things about the skips is actually the windows there just work like perfect little ledges for us to hop up the side of the castle out of bounds. It really, it almost feels designed for us to escape there.
It's great. Oh, Masamune. Oh, no.
Oh,
No, he didn't have enough for AO2, though. So it's not AO2 and Masamune. He didn't have the right...
Oh, no. So he was hoping he got VC3 mat. And he would be able to get the upgrade right away. So for those who don't know, in the 80% run, we actually attempt to kill enough enemies in the desert pit to get materials to upgrade our sword. He picked up the chest during negotiations that you need for it, so he was hoping he'd have the level 3 upgrade for his sword. Qusteka, out of bounds in the amusement park? I have no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I'm also confused. Maybe he's trying to do E-ending Let's Play skip.
But why? Why would he not?
He needed the teleporter.
I guess.
But like, why not just take the?
There's no reason to come back to the amusement park anymore, though. No, all the goals here are done.
I don't know.
He must have just had. He must have had this in his plan as a thing he wanted to do to help accomplish other goals. And not quite realize.
He was just out of bounds because he was doing auto-scroller coaster. He was just messing around, I guess. He already had the spear.
Oh, all right. So I think Qusteka is trolling us.
No.
I think Qusteka is trolling.
No.
Wait, what happened?
No.
Shabu, explain to me what just happened.
Oh, years ago.
Is this a soft lock? Yeah, he's soft. All right, guys. Well, we are talking about a potential soft lock. Unfortunately, maybe not the runner who we were hoping might soft lock. In terms of race closeness. Not that I don't love Amei. How do you know how that soft lock happened, Shabu?
I wasn't looking entirely, but if I know of what happened, so he can't get out. I think there's a really precise clip that he might not be able to do here. I've messed around a lot in here.
If any knowledgeable NieR runners in chat who saw what happened and could fill me in, I was watching Amei's stream.
Pretty sure he did auto-scroller coaster, but missed a trigger.
No, I don't know of any auto-scroller coaster triggers you can do that still warp you to Beauvoir. I don't know.
I've gotten the soft lock before.
I have gotten it too, but I don't know. I think actually, my recollection is he might have just fallen. So I've got the soft lock.
Qusteka, if you're listening, you cannot get out of here.
Yeah,
with the tools you have.
Oh Jesus, he's all the way back.
Oh my heart. At least it's after Adam. If he did the save scum, did he do the save scum? I think he did.
And I was just about to announce that Amei was actually asking me if they could just full clear the board. I'm like, well, you can try now. You got 30 minutes. You can try.
Well, get as much as you can done.
So I appreciate UB-chan giving us that F in chat. We definitely need some Fs out here for our boy Qusteka.
At least it's not too far. Like it's far. Don't get me wrong. I'm trying to be slightly optimistic here. It's not really working.
I would like to point out, chat, that we did mention soft lock really easy in this game, even when you're doing fairly standard tricks. qusteka has been doing some crazy shit. Yeah, qusteka has been doing some crazy stuff here. So this is not like he made some fairly trivial beginner mistake. You know, we have some fairly knowledgeable commentators here, and neither of us could figure out how he managed to soft lock himself. So I wouldn't, you know, sometimes just them's the beats.
Yeah, that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes, guys.
I'm definitely looking at that clip though. So what I think happened, I've had it happen where after Auto Roller Coaster, you just drops like the collision just doesn't load correctly, and you just drop straight through the floor. Like after correctly doing Auto Roller Coaster.
Yeah.
So it may have actually just been completely random, not his fault
because
at
he
all.
didn't. Yeah, he didn't get the jumping cutscene from the top. Which, actually, now that I think about it, there's maybe a way he could have recovered that, but it's nothing that you could learn on the fly. I've messed around a lot in Beauvoir's arena because of the A2 shenanigans. Also, Amei right now picking up materials for Ancient Overlord. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we talked about a potential upgrade he could have. He's actually buying materials to upgrade a different item, which is going to allow him to get the goal for upgrading AO2, but he's also going to go upgrade Masamune and complete 2 goals at once.
He already completed Masamune, dude.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, we talked about that. I talked about that earlier.
I thought he didn't have the mats he needed for Masamune.
No, look at the board.
Oh, he did? Okay, so he did complete it, and I just missed it.
He did VC3.
What's this?
Oh, he did have VC3.
I think he did VC. Actually, I have no idea. He has 6 weapons, so he. Oh wait, no, he probably did one of the one of the machine weapons or one of the Yorha weapons, because those are really easy to upgrade.
Okay, so he's getting this
Lunar Tier.
This tier here. So Amei's about to win here. He's got the interact with the tier that puts him at 11. As soon as he upgrades the sword, he has all the materials. He just needs to go to any weapon seller, and they'll be able to upgrade it for him. And then it's going to be the victory here for Amei. It was a really fun race to watch, but Amei kind of just putting on a masterclass. I know we had the unfortunate soft block from qusteka, but
yeah,
man,
it would have been hard pressed regardless. And I think that at a certain point, it's like qusteka is just putting on a great show. Amei too. Yeah. Obviously, it's like
it's the masterclass versus the abstract artist who's showing a really, but is showing off a really intimate knowledge of the game and its clips and skips and tricks.
GK versus Mango. Anyway. Yeah, that was Amei's rating was just impeccable.
Speaking of impeccable, how's that now an impeccable time to remind people to get your donations in? There's still quite a few incentives left to go. We still have my run that still has a fat 0 donations for an endgame Palmy Bingo. Make sure to get that in donated as an incentive as well. Coming up, we still have the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time beta quest with no notes, still at $10 with 90 left to go. We got also the Warp or Not to Warp incentive with $0 on each full out or ban warps. So be sure to get those in with our last remaining ones.
Anyway, get those in, guys. Oh, I want to point out actually Amei again with freaking amazing rooting. What is wrong with this guy? It's crazy. He's also doing animal care, kind of working that in with Lunar Tier, the second part of animal care.
Yeah, I think Amei is trying to clear as many goals as he can. I think actually here, I think
he's just trying to flex, dude. Come on, the guy's soft locked. He's over here flexing.
So I do have some additional knowledge here that frequently playing normal, standard, single or double bingos, it is not at all uncommon for Amei just after all the runners have finished their lines to just go on and finish all the other goals on the board.
I know it, but it's funnier to say.
Yeah, so Amei, in addition to being a dedicated, high time 80% runner, also really just kind of enjoys just messing around with the game. So I'm sure that's what he's doing here. He's just going, he sort of knows he's won, and he just thinks it would be more fun if he just, kept doing all the goals.
Yeah. And Amei definitely, I think would be, I wonder if these are kind of the backup strats that he had. I wonder if these are like, okay, if qusteka got this one first, then I would have switched to this. you know,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's true or not. It might not be. It might be super off base. It wouldn't be the first time. But
try to hack it back. Keep it busy. You got
yeah, dude. Oh, there were some things that hurt, like qusteka taking a while on the rails, and then the soft block. I'm kind of curious what it would have looked like, but it's still pretty difficult to fight Amei's impeccable story progress and rooting with the story.
Yeah, Amei was making some fantastic headway. Well, for a while, qusteka had me kind of on the edge too. He was moving pretty quick.
I mean,
it's
hard to admit that.
He put on quite a show. He did some real wildcard strats. I do want to ask him what that rail clip was trying to do, because I have a feeling I'm gonna have a nice aha moment of wow, that would have been really creative if he was able to pull it off.
Getting over to by the cypress stick area, so that's where it should be, over by that bridge next to the castle.
Okay. Yeah,
So I
okay.
think he was
that makes sense.
doing a long jump there, and then he was going to do the same routing that he did, but with a lot less going to Pascal's village first.
All right, we see qusteka going for lamp skip again. He actually already went for this earlier. Another, trick that doesn't save a whole lot of time and is fairly complicated that qusteka wants to show off. If he can, he pulled it off first try earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think we're getting wrapped up. Do you know? Can you let us know here if we're are we clearing the board, or are we done now that Amei's got his 14 and is our official NieR Bingo winner?
They're going to be blacking out the board according to Palmy.
Yep. They are clear to attempt to black out the board while they still have some time left. So he killed the clock at 106. So it looks like we've got just about 20 more minutes left.
Oh, that he should be able to, maybe not investigating, because investigating is early. Wow, sorry, no, investigating.
Yeah.
My bad. I skipped. I always improving communications and investigating communications are really similarly named.
Yeah, so they haven't locked themselves out. There's a couple, very few, but there are a couple of goals that actually can only be done early. But they secured the only early goal for this game, so that's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, 10-5. I agree. qusteka did do a really awesome glitch showcase, just kind of showing off how insanely broken and cool Bingo can be. And then Amei obviously also showing that off. I'm not trying to discredit Amei. Amei's dope. I could literally talk about how amazing Amei did with his rooting and performance, but qusteka did show off some really interesting stuff that we really don't see very often.
It was very entertaining. It just made me feel very happy. It makes me want to go do a run.
Can we actually, since we're just sort of doing a little victory lap here, can we get the runners in chat and we can sort of combine the post-game interview with the victory lap here?
Of course. Let me go ahead and ask him, and I'll see if we can bring him in.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea here.
Here, we might as well. Do you mind if we do 4 quick shout-outs for runners and commentators?
Yeah, go right on ahead.
All right, so qusteka, do you know qusteka's qusteka you can find at qusteka?
Yeah, that's Twitch.
On Twitch. All of these are going to be on Twitch. Then you can follow Amei at AMEIII, 3 eyes, right?
Yeah, three eyes. And he's a pretty active runner. Streams. He's definitely anytime you see him running any percent, he has the chance to get world record. Absolutely.
And then he's world record holder in other things. So he's crazy. Yeah, Amei is insane.
Yeah, his E ending speedruns, which is the full sort of game, are just tremendously faster than anybody else's. It's not particularly close.
Yeah, Amei's crazy. Also, something fun that you guys might not know. This is just going to be a little tidbit about Bingo here, and just about Speedstar. So if you ever had issues racing Speedstar, there's a little trick you can do where you hold down the pod program. So like, the laser, all that stuff. If you hold it down, and then after a little bit of time, you shoot pod, then do it again, it slows down the rest of the world, but not you. So Speedstar is laughably slow in that scenario. So we just use that.
Finishing off our shout outs here, my co-commentator, Shabu Shabu.
Oh
Where can we find you on Twitch?
Forgot to do us. You can find me at Shabu_TM. How about you, Game?
And rounding it out, I am Twitch TV/Game Commander. Almost never stream, but if I do, it'll be a bingo. Which is a nice tie-in to if any of you played the game or didn't play the game, but if any of you are curious to get into bingo, another runner and I try to host about every month. We've not been so good at it lately, but try to host a night where we're really trying to focus on getting some beginners in there if they want to learn, but just don't feel like they always can. So we try to schedule a time. It's really not as hard to get into as you think. Not everybody has to play it like qusteka, just going crazy glitch showcase. I have done with not full on, not speedrunners, just going through casually, normally playing some bingo, and everybody has a good time. So speedrunner or not, if you like NieR, you like bingo, you can join our Discord and get in on that.
Yeah, speaking of joining, here is qusteka. Unfortunately, Amei is not going to be part of the interview, but qusteka is definitely
super late for Amei. I think it's really early in the morning.
Oh yeah, another.
Hi guys. Hi guys.
Hey, what's up, qusteka?
Oh, what's up, man?
Let's another great thing. Another great thing is that we've actually got runners from all over the world here. So some of us it's nighttime, some of us it's in the morning, some of us it's the middle of the day.
I'd also like to say the community is great. I've been in a couple communities that are really mean, and NieR is super open, really nice, just really great people. So
yeah. Right. So qusteka, how was the race for you?
It's had its ups and downs, to say the least.
Yeah. I really want to say I think chat really enjoyed the tremendous amount of time you spent out of bounds, the creativity and deviation. Your run was anything but standard, and it was quite a bit of fun to watch. So I know you may not have had the number of goals you wanted to get done, but rest assured it was enjoyable.
It was great.
I did have quite a bit of fun during the run. I'm a bit sad. Like early on, I was just trying to get the tank, obviously, to kind of throw Amei off a bit, kind of win through mind games, get some goals early.
Oh, we love that. Shabu and I were going nuts, and we were going, where is he going? Is he going for the tank? Is he doing mega jump?
We were losing it.
And then the combination of forest and the weapons was also planned, but as Shabu already mentioned earlier, I was kind of planning to go from rails to forest. It's a really difficult clip, but I did manage to do it pretty reliably in the past, so I think it was just nerves and I was panicking, so I just kept messing it up. You need to be extremely precise, otherwise you can't actually make it over there because the game just resets your position because of teleports. And I was almost there, basically, like a millimeter off, but I didn't touch the ground, so the game was like, okay, you are on your timer, and bam, it just back to the rail.
We were both surprised you didn't go for some, just like a couple Infinislashes to...
It doesn't really matter in terms of like distance. I got there. Really? It's just time, and if I do more Infinislashes, it takes longer. So I'll just be warped back to the rails earlier.
Okay,
right.
Okay, so it's just
Oh, I gotcha.
That's
really
sense.
Interesting. Also, someone in chat was saying that they loved the showcase of glitches. They're seem like you've got a new fan, but also they're asking the burning question that everyone wants to know, which is why didn't you fish for mackerel?
Because basically after negotiations, Jackass will give you a mackerel through your inbox, and I was planning to just eat that as soon as it becomes available, and then I have 3 endings, but Amei beat me to it with angles.
Yeah, Amei,
a reminder to everyone, always fish, because it's
it could take half an hour though. My first mackerel run ever took half an hour of fishing and like 10 minutes of getting to the fishing spot.
Oh, I'm aware. You're preaching to the choir.
It's worth noting, qusteka, that we were commentating that Amei really kind of put on a masterclass on his side. He had so many great small changes to the routing that saved tons of time and added added things essentially onto the standard route that I did not think were particularly close to the standard route. So the way Amei was playing would have been really hard to beat today.
Yeah, I know. Like I knew pretty much from the get-go that beating Amei is gonna be a Hail Mary for me, so I was just trying like get some goals with some mind games, try to like delay him, see if you can somehow snag a victory just through some very unlikely events, but yeah, obviously that did not happen.
We were laughing I was laughing super hard at the idea of Amei looking down and seeing Goliath tank defeated. And just
qusteka just beat the amusement park 15 minutes into the run.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and then seeing the weapons, and going, what the hell? 6 weapons has qusteka managed to get at this point?
Yeah.
They held no value to us, but the humans on the moon.
Oh well, I was trying, and then I was just gonna try to get the story progress in hopes of having delayed Amei enough that they can't actually just finish the board early, and then I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking some of it happened like on my toes, and it doesn't always make the most sense. It's pretty much the same as last time. Last time I only barely won against NieR because of some shenanigans strats.
Yeah, having to route on the fly while playing is definitely produces some of the most fun parts of Lockout, where you just go, you know, wow, why did I ever do it this way?
Yeah, dude. Well, no matter what, like even if you're feeling down, if you're feeling kind of about it or whatever, you put on a great show. And it was
I am alright. Like, to be honest, it's just I just did what I could do, and I expected to lose, and was just trying to put on a good show, have some fun, screw over Amei with mind games, whatever.
I love it. Well, you definitely did put on a show, and it was really fun. I can only speak for myself, but I really enjoyed it.
I'm thinking what I can do to actually beat this up a little bit. Like, at least I'm at Pascal now, so there's gonna be some quests I can do. I could do camp development to speed up the blackout.
Camp development requires a 2.
A what?
Doesn't camp development require a 2?
Yeah, you're right. I just realized that you're right. Actually, I'm not too sure. I know you need Solving Troubles 1 finished.
You could go for the ribbon. Anyway, I'm actually going to have to take off here. I want to say a big thank you to chat for hanging out with us. Big thank you to the Bingothon for having me on, and a big thanks to the runners for putting on such an entertaining show.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, so sorry to leave you, Shabu, but yeah, I think things are...
Thanks as always for being a great co-commentator.
All right, yeah. If anyone watched last NieR Automata Bingothon, Shabu and I co-commentated that as well. So, you know, it's a good partnership we've got going on here.
Definitely, you guys are always there for some really nice commentary.
About how much longer is these last 2 gonna be?
These ones are.
Blue Ribbon is relatively slow because you need to do what's he called?
We can call it whenever.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to beat us.
Camp development actually is one of the longest quest lines in this bingo, so I guess you should just boot us.
Estimated time, if you guys wanted to put a time on it.
Camp development 10 minutes, Blue Ribbon 5 to 6 minutes for Amei.
Cool.
No, actually, no. Camp development is actually fairly quick. It just needs a lot of story progress, but Amei's got that. Anyway, yeah, 10 to 15 minutes is a good estimate. Anyway, peace out. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for having me on.
See you again. Thanks.
See you again.
But yeah, seriously, we don't want to overstay our welcome.
Oh, you guys are more than fine. We still got a little bit of time as we're letting the other runners kind of get themselves set. So,
hey, let me see if I can like get camp development maybe.
Alright,
This is
sounds
basically just live testing now. We are not sure if you can get it before a certain part in the story.
Woo! Is there anything you want to plug, by the way?
Not really. I don't promote myself too much. But Amei is a great runner. Always fun to watch. Give them like a watch whenever they run, in my opinion.
Yeah,
yep.
I agree.
For the command, you can do !R in the chat here in Twitch, and you can actually see the runner's Discord links here. I think it also should be !C, I think, is commentators. No, I can't remember. I'd have to have Levy help me with that. But yeah, I really appreciate having both the runners and Shabu Shabu and Game spending some time in here and spending some time to help raise some money for a good charity. It looks like we actually did have some donations come in that I wasn't able to read, and just wanted to let kind of coast through as you guys were doing your thing.
Yeah, please
refresh that here.
Please do. Please read them, because that's more what I meant when I said plug. I meant, Palmy, do you have any stuff to
So
talk
we
about?
got a couple of $20 donations, anonymous donations, and Game donated a $20 donation. He says, quote, "Don't donate and commentate, kids."
That does seem reasonable.
That does indeed seem reasonable. So thank you guys so much for the donations, and we'll get those posted and processed. And so we are now at $485. We might actually break the $500 mark within this next hour. So that'd be really cool. So make sure you guys get those donations in, and let's see if you can get me to play some Castlevania Bingo at the end of the night.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Alright, so Amei is doing blue ribbon, by the way, as you can tell by the blue ribbon on the robot.
I am trying to prepare camp development.
Oh, camp development's done. Amei did camp development. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Then I'm just gonna chill.
You can help me commentate. Good talk about Amei. Oh my gosh, Amei on the ladder? Oh! What's he gonna do now? Oh my gosh, he's at the transporter. He has to wait for dialogue. I tried.
That's so cool.
It's not very exciting.
I'm thinking if there's anything I can showcase. So basically, we have very, very many different routes to get to VD once we clip out of roller coaster. There's like
Virtuous
this
Dignity,
thing. You can clip out of here, and then you can't actually stand here. You have to like do all this wacky jazz and go over there, and not fall down here, because it normally isn't a problem, but right now you could get soft locked there. Okay, so we just used to go over here, or at least Canaris used to try that to get some extra time.
Yeah,
and then you just go over there. The idea was that we can maybe just kill the tank and pick up the spear all in one go. We never managed to make it work. It just needs too much time to do both. But that's the normal routing to get the spear during a run. Oh, yeah. This was nice.
That was pretty clean. And then you pick up the spear here, and then you usually teleport to Bowmore. Do you wanna do something for me and just fish for an iron pipe?
Yeah, let me get it first try as always.
Yep.
I am not joking. I'm gonna get this iron pipe first try now.
Alright, then catch mackerel and make me feel terrible about myself. By the way, Amei's just doing really clean movement, just trying to get around and get the blue ribbon quest done, which is one of the slower, longer quests, and kind of a standout on this. Excuse me, on this board. Hello. All right, Amei said 5 minutes.
What did I tell you?
Did you seriously?
I told you.
Oh my gosh, what the? I spent like 30 minutes on Iron Pipe one time. I have the worst RNG. Why do I run mackerel? Alright, now go catch a mackerel.
Okay. See if I can first
Goes out of his house, catches a mackerel.
Just walks back in. Alright, I've got it.
Alright, I've got it. What do you want me to do? I don't know.
Find Brunskip.
Alright. Yeah, I may just doing the blue ribbon quest. You get pink ribbon right here pretty early.
Come in, Tubi.
Tubi
But
here.
The monitoring signal.
Is Amei actually going for the blue ribbon?
I'm
Yeah.
sending you the positional data.
Because I
Amei
don't
is
remember
currently
what.
doing that quest. It takes a while. It takes longer than I remembered. Like,
But there's some really sweet dialogue in that quest.
I can't see it because it's at 160p, but
Dang.
for me, because I didn't want to lag at all, so I like made sure that it just turned everything super low, so that I could have both your streams open.
By the way, this is theoretically the mackerel clip. I'm really bad at it, but we want to go over this tarp.
There's two ways to do it. There's a clip
Okay.
on the side of the tarp, and then there's one on the. So just do one lift, and then. No, not double jump.
I normally do double jump, but you're the master.
I wouldn't do that.
Well, like
Actually,
maybe
you're right. The double jump is. I do like the double jump better. I'm just an idiot. Never listen to what I say. That's
okay. Maybe I can actually make. This is one of the
reasons
reasons this
more to the right.
Like sucks.
A lot of the time, if I'm not feeling it, I just do the normal flooded city and then do the non. Like, you don't go to the side, you go back in. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm not too sure.
Where you go to the right on the other side of the fence.
I never tried that.
Yeah, you can go over there and then go all the way down and then jump up and over. And it only loses like 2 seconds to the normal mackerel clip. But I guess that at this point, that's a lot of time in mackerel.
It actually
Amazing.
is, yeah.
Dude, I forgot that this quest was like this. It's just like, it's like the
guy just keeps talking about philosophy and where babies come from. Kid, ask your parents, where do babies come from?
The ocean, duh.
Storks, obviously.
Storks are a myth.
Storks don't exist, guys. Come on.
2019 storks don't exist.
Give me a
Is that? I guess so.
Unfortunate.
Swordfish. I usually fish, so there's another place you can fish like directly behind you, in between two rocks, where it doesn't bounce at all. It just goes straight in. A little bit of some fishing optimization for you.
Fishing optimization strats. We have jumped to a whole new meta level of speedrun.
Okay, time to optimize the fishing.
So go to the right a little bit.
Commencing fishing.
There's a no, like on the right of the bus. If you go to the right of the bus, and then like right, a little bit more, in between the sunken building, and the, keep going. And then there's two rocks here jutting out. If you fish in between those two rocks, it shouldn't move.
Commencing.
You'll like figure out kind of where it is.
Mackerel!
I swear, if this is mackerel, I'll be pissed. Okay, thank God. Pufferfish. And a blowfish. Is there a difference between blowfish and pufferfish?
Not as far as I know.
Not as far as I know. I think blowfish and pufferfish may or may not be toxic to one another. I don't know. One's toxic, one's not. One's sweaty gamer, one's pro.
To prove that I'm not completely incapable of doing like infinity slashing. I'm really terrible at it, but I'm not incapable of doing it.
So this is infinite slashing. You do it by switching between the weapons and then doing not your full combo in the air, but you do a little bit of the combo, usually 2 or 3 depending on your upgrades, and then you switch before the animation is done and the game just like resets it, and you can keep doing this forever. It's not really used anywhere because it's really slow, as you can see, but it's used in one theoretical skip for mackerel, which makes mackerel the hardest category in the game if you do that skip. Because that skip alone is just impossible. But that's the only place it's really used, right? No, there might be a place in A to Z where it's also used, but I don't remember.
By the way, these are some CEO heads. They look kind of funky.
Oh
that DLC shenanigans.
Yeah, that's DLC.
So we're pretty much at about time. I don't know if she's almost to blue ribbon or not. I don't know how much farther she is to it.
I think it's like 15 seconds.
About 15 seconds. Got it. Nice.
There
Good timing.
There we
That
go.
is, and you're exactly on time. That was perfect. We are exactly at time.
Amei, the god gamer.
Amei's god gamer. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you so much for having us. It was a blast.
Indeed.
Yeah, I love doing commentary and love watching these guys do the run.
I love just you guys coming in here and just showcasing your skills, because you guys have an unbelievable amount of skills of both the knowledge of just clipping through easy, and I'm just always blown away every time I watch you guys do your runs. It is just I wish I was this good. Well, thank you guys for joining us.
I wish I was as fast as Amei.
Yeah, Amei is real fast, but you were full of memes, dude. Questka, you were just full of those clips, and it was just awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate a little bit of what do you call that? Not patting someone's head. If you say nice things about some compliments, right? Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
A little bit less patronizing.
a little bit less patronizing. All right. We're going to head to our intermission screen here if Leppy is listening, so we're just going to go ahead and transition to our intermission screen. We're going to check in with our upcoming runners, as well as give you a quick reminder of the Majora's Mask incentives if there are any. You can just check here. And there appears not to be, so it looks like we're just heading to intermission very quickly, and we'll get set up for this. So thank you guys for joining, and it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
And then shoot me with the light arrow, or shoot me with those light arrows you happen to have.
What?